The office has a cold brew tap, free food in the kitchen, a gym downstairs, and plants that someone else waters. Wally thought this meant the company was generous. Then he did the math. Office perks are part of total compensation and in most cases a genuine addition to salary, but your brain values them at retail while the company pays wholesale, and your offer letter doesn't separate the two. Robert Cialdini spent decades studying why people say yes. His most consistent finding was reciprocity. Receive something, and your brain generates an obligation to give back. At work, that obligation shows up as staying longer and pushing less on salary. A well-stocked kitchen runs this signal all day. The message it delivers is, "These people take care of me." Gratitude makes it harder to walk into a salary conversation and ask for more.
Your brain prices perks at what they'd cost you. A cold brew from a cafe, $5 to $7. A gym membership, $50 to $90 a month. Catered lunch, $15 to $20 a head. Across a year, that math feels generous. The company's numbers are different. Commercial cold brew at scale, roughly $1 per unit. Corporate gym block contracts, $15 to $20 per employee per month. Office snack programs, $3 to $8 per employee per day, with most companies at the low end. You feel like you're receiving $8,000 in perks. The company spent closer to $2,500. The goodwill in that gap cost them very little. Free dinner at 6 p.m., sleeping pods, on-site laundry, a gym so you never need to leave to work out. These perks share a design function. They eliminate the reasons to go home. The tax code acknowledged this for decades. Under IRS Section 119, Congress classified employer-provided meals as a deductible business expense when meal breaks were too short to leave the premises or when employees needed to stay on site. The logic was direct. Keeping people in the building served a business purpose. Congress removed that deduction in 2026. Companies didn't redesign those programs. The same pattern shows up with unlimited PTO. Employees on unlimited PTO consistently take less vacation than those on standard accrual plans. Remove the number to hit and people take less. Replace every reason to leave with a reason to stay and people stay. From 2021 to 2022, US workers lost real purchasing power in both years, down 2.3%, then 2.9%, as inflation outran wage growth. As of April 2026, wages are again trailing inflation. Companies didn't raise perk values to keep pace. Compare the two side by side.
Take $3,000 in annual perk value, a reasonable estimate at most mid-size employers. Put that $3,000 into base salary instead. Your next raise is calculated on the higher base. The perk pays out in the year you use it and stops there. A salary increase carries into every raise that follows. Companies cut perk budgets before they cut payroll. A salary increase stays in your paycheck. One more number the offer letter skips: the perks you don't touch. Run outdoors and never use the gym, and that perk pays you nothing. Work from home 3 days a week and you capture maybe 40% of the lunch program. The company counts the full package as your compensation. Your bank account gets what you use. Inside a job, swapping perks for salary is limited. Companies budget payroll and benefits separately. A competing offer makes more difference than any argument about the kombucha tap. For most employees, the perk structure is set and the salary raise pool is separate from it. Your leverage is at the offer stage before you sign. Compare two offers with the offer reality check. List every perk in the total package. For each one, ask what it costs the company at wholesale and whether you'd use it. A gym at $20 per month corporate rate pays you nothing if you run outdoors. Catered lunch at $5 a day is worth 40% of that value if you work from home half the week. Score each perk against your actual life. Then run the salary gap forward 5 years. A $6,000 difference in base salary with standard raises on both sides generates over $33,000 in additional gross earnings. The food at the lower paying company would have to be extraordinary. A strong perk package alongside a competitive salary is worth having. Check whether those perks are adding to a strong number or softening a weaker one. Perks are visible and cheap at scale. A salary increase carries into every future raise and every offer that follows. Use the offer reality check to understand what you trade when you take the lower salary. That's the number worth knowing before you sign. The glitch is that your brain prices perks at retail, counts them as generosity. Most employees can't opt out of their current employer's perk structure. Compensation budgets don't allow it. You will switch jobs. At each offer, you face the same choice. A $6,000 salary gap at 35 keeps widening at 55. Before the next offer, run 3 checks. First, pull the base salary against market rate for this role in this city. Second, go through each perk and score it against your life as it is at corporate cost. Third, calculate what the salary gap compounds to over 5 years. Perks belong in a good offer. Run the math before you decide if they belong in yours.